Is it true that BTS's Taehyung can no longer hold back his tears because of the secret message he left for Jungkook? Is it a farewell code that he deliberately slipped, and now Jungkook reveals it in front of everyone? Why did HYB hastily respond to this issue, as if something big was being covered up? And is it true that Jungkook's farewell is still waiting for certainty from the manager? ARMY is now torn between believing this was just an ordinary emotional moment or that it was the most painful omen ever. Can a breakup begin with tears falling without words? Is it possible that behind the smile that Taehyung often shows is hidden the pain that he has been hiding? That night, the ARMY was shocked by a moment that is difficult to explain. Taehyung, known for his warm and mysterious gaze, suddenly burst into tears as he delivered what sounded like a secret message to Jungkook. Is it just a spontaneous phrase of a best friend, or is there a deeper hidden meaning? This question instantly shook the hearts of fans around the world. How could Taehyung, a figure who had been trying to appear tough, not be able to hold back his emotions? And more surprisingly, how did Jungkook react when he heard the message? Did he know there was something bigger behind him? When the camera captured Jungkook's facial expression, it was clear that he was struggling to contain his emotions. A small forced smile, teary eyes, and trembling hand gestures as he grabbed Taehyung's shoulder, all of that is proof that the moment is not just an ordinary interaction in front of the public. Jungkook seems to know that there is a hidden message that only he can understand, something that the whole world does not understand. But why is the ARMY sure that this is a farewell message? Why does anyone interpret that Taehyung's tears are not just Haru's expression, but the last code before something big happens? Is it true that Jungkook finally revealed the secret in front of his manager, so HYB felt the need to respond immediately? This separation issue is not new. Over the past few months, rumors about Jungkook's future have continued to surface. Some ARMY officials believe Jungkook's role in determining his next move is crucial. Is the manager who has been known to be protective is hiding a big decision? Why would he be the last one to make that decision? On the other hand, HYB just looks too quick to provide clarification. They mentioned that Taehyung's tearful moment was just a form of emotional closeness between the members, nothing more. But is it possible for a company as big as HYB to react so quickly if there really is nothing to fear? Why do they seem anxious about the interpretation of the ARMY? Is there something they really want to cover up? That moment is now the subject of endless discussion. ARMYs all over the world spoke of it with emotion. Some say that Taehyung deliberately left hidden clues, as he often does through music, words, or even short posts on social media. There are also those who affirm that the tears are just an overflow of affection between friends who have grown together since the trainee days. But if it's true that it's just a momentary emotion, why does Jungkook have to express it? Yes, Jungkook did not explicitly explain this secret message. But from the expression, from the trembling tone of his voice, from the way he chose words before the public, ARMY could sense that there was something he was hiding. "I know what he means, and it touches me more than I can say," Jungkook said in one of the brief interviews. This is a great reminder of the signs. What does Taehyung really mean? Why does Jungkook feel like he can't explain openly? Did HYB forbid it? Is manager Jungkook withholding this important information? Or is there a big announcement coming soon? ARMY is now at a crossroads full of dilemmas. They want to believe that all this is just part of BTS' emotional journey, but it's hard to close your eyes from the increasingly obvious signs. Taehyung, who cries, Jungkook, who reveals it mysteriously, HYB, who is quick to clarify, to Jungkook's manager, who still doesn't give certainty. All of them form a confusing puzzle. That night, the atmosphere at the location seemed to change in an instant. The stage lights that were originally reflecting warm light suddenly felt like a spotlight that was too sharp. The other members were still smiling, trying to maintain interaction with fans, but the camera focusing on Taehyung and Jungkook kept everyone glued. Many did not realize at first that before the tears fell, Taehyung stared at Jungkook for a long time. There was a pause of silence that seemed to separate them from the crowd. The pause was not accidental. For some, it's just a fleeting glance, but for those who know BTS, Moments like this never happen for no reason. The sensitive ARMY immediately felt that there was a heavy burden behind the gaze. Then, the words came out. Not too loud, almost like a whisper, but enough to make Jungkook speechless. Taehyung's microphone caught a snippet of his sentence. "If one day I'm not here." The mood suddenly changed. Jungkook, who was laughing a little, immediately held his breath. He looked at Taehyung with eyes that seemed to say, "Why are you saying this now?" That's the question that hangs over the heads of millions. Why did Taehyung suddenly say a sentence that sounded like a farewell message? And why did he not continue it openly, instead choosing to stop in mid-sentence, letting his tears explain the rest? Jungkook, who is usually so quick to respond to Taehyung's every comment with a joke or a warm smile, just lowered his head this time. He rubbed his eyes for a moment, then patted Taehyung on the shoulder. But their gazes speak more than words. Jungkook said, "I understand. But why in front of them all?" This short clip quickly spread on social media. Within minutes, the hashtags #TeamCryForJK and #WhatDidTae began topping global trends on X, Twitter. Soldiers from various countries uploaded snippets of the video, trying to read Taehyung's lips, dissecting Jungkook's expression, and even zooming in frame by frame to look for clues that might have been missed. Not long after, a large fanbase account uploaded a translation claiming that Taehyung's full message was, "If one day I'm not here, remember that I'm always proud of you." This translation has not been confirmed, but it is enough to make some of the ARMY cry. However, this is where the mystery deepens. Some fans who were on site said that the phrase sounded different. They insisted Taehyung just say, "If one day I'm not there, then stop." So, is the long translation just speculation? Or are there really words that were deliberately removed from the live broadcast? Amid this speculation, HYB released an official statement stating that the moment was simply a spontaneous expression of familiarity and support between members. However, this clarification actually triggers more doubts. Why so fast? Why not wait until the mood cools down? And why does it seem to close all other possible interpretations? Behind the scenes, the issue of Jungkook's separation certainty is again sticking out. His manager, who has been a very influential figure in every career decision, has yet to confirm anything. Some internal sources, who have yet to be confirmed, say the manager is in a difficult position between Jungkook's personal decisions and pressure from HYB. Question: does Taehyung's message that night have anything to do with the decision that Jungkook's manager is still holding? Is he trying to give you one last endorsement before something big is announced? Or is it a warning that Jungkook is strong in the face of what he is not ready to reveal to the public? What made everything even more confusing was Jungkook's attitude after the event. He posted a black and white photo on Instagram, showing only the silhouettes of two people walking side by side in the light of a street lamp. No caption, no emoji. The ARMY immediately linked this photo to Taehyung. They interpret that it is a symbol of togetherness that may soon turn into memories. Then, one thing can't be ignored. The song playing in the background of Jungkook's IG story that night is the same song he sang with Taehyung when he was a trainee. A song about a promise to always be together, no matter what happens. Coincidence? Or a sign? After that moment, the atmosphere on the stage did return to the way it was, but ARMY's heart could not return to what it was before. Every smile Taehyung threw that night felt like it was shrouded in unspoken pain. Jungkook tried to distract the audience with a light joke, but his teary eyes still revealed the truth that he could not hide. For those who followed BTS's journey from the beginning, this scene is not just a tear. This is something that feels like the final piece of a huge puzzle that has been quietly put together. Over the past few months, Taehyung and Jungkook's interactions have been noticeably different. Not less, but more meaningful. There was a look that lasted longer. There was a smile that seemed to contain a secret message, and there was a silence that seemed to be full of unspoken words. On social media, some ARMY expressed the theory that this was part of a farewell gesture that Taehyung had started some time ago. They collected snippets of clips from interviews, concerts, and live broadcasts in which Taehyung is seen giving subtle codes, such as unusual word choices or songs he plays. And now, that moment of tears is considered the culmination of all the clues he has given. What made the atmosphere even hotter was when Jungkook, 2 days after the incident, spoke in a short live stream. He didn't mention Taehyung's name directly, but his sentence clearly pointed to the same moment. Sometimes there are things you want to tell me, but you can't. So you just hope the person understands, even if you don't say it. Suddenly, this live was immediately flooded with ARMY comments asking if it was about Taehyung. Jungkook only smiled faintly, then stared at the screen for a while before closing the broadcast. Meanwhile, HYB looks even more defensive. In an interview with one of the Korean media, a representative of the company said that there is no talk of parting or changing the formation of BTS in the near future. But strangely, they refused to answer questions about manager Jungkook's involvement in important decision-making. That part is too sensitive to reveal. Some unofficial sources claim that Jungkook's manager is currently holding the final say on his schedule and upcoming projects. If true, this means that the decision about whether Jungkook will pursue a major solo project or focus on BTS activities entirely is in the person's hands. This led many fans to wonder, did the manager delay the announcement because there were still internal talks? Or because they knew that the news would be too heavy for the ARMY to accept now? In the midst of all this speculation, Taehyung instead chose to upload a simple photo on Weverse, a photo of a flower that is starting to wither with a short caption, "Everything will be beautiful in time." It didn't take long for this photo to go viral. ARMY, who is used to reading every member's post as a clue, immediately associated the withered flower with the moment on stage. They believe that it is a symbol of a journey that is nearing its end, but still harbors beauty. Of course, there is also an ARMY that tries to think positively. They say that this is just a form of emotional closeness due to busy schedules and great work pressure. But even those who tried to think positively admitted that there was something behind Taehyung and Jungkook's unusual gazes that night, and this is what makes everyone even more restless. If this is indeed just an ordinary moment, why does HYB seem to be so trying to control it? Why did the clarification come so quickly, so structured, and so firmly close the possibility of another interpretation? Usually, HYB allows member interactions to become public consumption without the need for intervention. So, what's different this time? Meanwhile, videos of the tearful moment continue to circulate on various platforms. There are those who slow down the speed. There are those who add subtitles based on the reading of the movements of the lips. There are even those who make a compilation of previous moments that are considered related. The longer it goes on, the more fans are convinced that this is a farewell message that Taehyung is deliberately conveying, not just to Jungkook, but to ARMY who are ready to read it. That night on stage may only last a few seconds, but the effect will last a long time. ARMY knew that BTS always had a way of speaking without words, and this time, the message felt too heavy to ignore a few days before that moment happened. Not many noticed that the atmosphere among BTS members changed a little. They keep smiling, keep looking professional, and keep giving their best, but to the keen eye, especially the ARMY who have been following them for years, there is a difference that is hard to explain. And on the live broadcast 2 days earlier, Taehyung looked more reserved than usual. When asked by fans about his plans in the coming months, he replied briefly, "We'll see. Sometimes we can't plan everything." That sentence sounds familiar, but the expression on his face that looks down makes many fans feel there is a burden he is carrying. Jungkook, who usually answers or jokes straight away, just stared at the screen and smiled slightly. Then, the day before the event, BTS's official account shared a behind-the-scenes photo from their rehearsal. In one of the photos, Taehyung and Jungkook are seen standing slightly apart from the other members, talking